Axial COYOTE. This is based off of SCX10III base camp, but it's got a lot of pro updates to this thing. Let's dig in. First up is the body. The body latch system, nice, super clean and solid. Very well designed there. Hopefully it shouldn't pop off while we're driving, so because you know we crash these things. And if the front does pop off, the back looks good and solid, like you're not going to lose the body 15 feet away. Battery is up front and looks like it can handle anywhere from a 2200 to 3000 milliamp 3S battery without issue. Nice little stretchy piece right here to lock everything into place. That's a nice place for that. The transmission is the same as the base camp, and this does have the AR45 axles, in which the aftermarket is flooded with parts for these axles. So that's really nice to see originals type stuff like that, because parts are everywhere in case you happen to get too crazy with it, right? Now it does come with a different transmission gear. In case you want to run straight axles, you can actually adjust your ratio inside with that. It's already set up for a winch, both a micro or a full size, right here with this adapter. And it's already got the guides in the chassis for everything. Very nice setup right there. The receiver is the SR515. This is like a DSLR receiver, so it's gonna hold up really, really well. So I was happy to see that in there actually. That's a huge upgrade from the other like the 315 receivers or something like that. So nice deal on the receiver. Transmitter is the SLT2. Now I'm gonna upgrade the transmitter to the new DXC Plus. That's a 12 channel radio that they've got out. I've already got the radio. It's going to go into this, but 12 channels. It's like, man, you can run your winch, you can run lights, you could run a siren, you could run independently driven third rear axle. You can do all kinds of things. You got 12 channels with that thing, right? But for right now, box stock, and we are going to run it on 3S, by the way. 40 amp ESC and a 35 turn brush motor. For the most part, this is more than adequate. Will it get something different? Maybe. You guys know how I am, right? This thing might get a nitro motor in it. I don't know. I'm sure Nitro Pimp would like to see that, but we'll leave that one be, right? The motor ESC combo works pretty nice. Got a 664 Metal Gear servo in it, so that should be okay. Stock servos, you know, are hit or miss. I've had some stock servos be absolutely phenomenal. And then I've had some where like, okay, that's coming out quick. It just happens, you know? Big differences on the bottom, and I'm happy to see this. I can't stress how important it is to have a good, smooth bottom. Yeah, so let's start with the diffs. The diff covers, nice, rounded, very contoured, should slip over things a lot easier than what was before. And skid are fairly smooth through here. It doesn't have an angled skid or any of that, more of a centered skid, but it's actually kind of smooth through here. The rear links do have a bend on them out at the axle, so at least there's some kind of a bend there. The rear diff has a nice cover right there, so if you happen to be reversing, you slide up on stuff, you're good to go. The one thing about the rear diff and front diff is they do still have these bolts right here. Those do kind of catch on things, so you kind of got to watch that. Sliders, huge upgrade. No more ribs, no more of any of that stuff, so that's really nice to see. You get up on that and you're just going to slide right off. The front axle has an 827 ring and pinion, as where the rear has an 830. This thing is loaded with 10% overdrive from the factory. Now, for trail work and crawling, like, you know, kind of competition-y style crawling, the 10% is actually a pretty decent ratio. For the trail, if you go past about 10%, you end up with way too much drag, and all that does is wear your battery down and create a lot more heat and wear and tear in the system. 10% is like perfect for what this vehicle is. The shocks, they kind of remind me of a little bit different version from the SCX Pro. So, and the SCX Pro shocks, I actually ordered a second set of those for another build. So I do like this style shock quite a bit, actually. And I tell you, they feel smooth. I don't feel any air pockets. There's no air pockets at all. Super smooth. These are filled correctly. That I can tell you for sure. Trepador Maxxis tires. Now, these are the G8 compound. I mean, we all know Horizon owns Proline, so they have access to the G8, Predator, and all that. So the G8 compound, especially when the rocks are really hot or grippy, a lot of people prefer the G8 over the Predator because the G8 will actually last, as where Predators can wear out with just a couple runs. And also they say that the G8s actually hook up harder than the Predators due to the heat. KMC grenade wheels. So they are actually nice. Me, I like shiny wheels, you know that. So to me, a chrome wheel, I can see the chrome wheel, you know. To me, it makes a difference. I like to see the wheel. I know it sounds odd, I get it, but I like to see the wheels. At this point, it's time to take it for a drive. I gotta be honest with you, man. That suspension is super smooth. I mean, there is no stick anywhere to this. It is butter. Butter. And it's not, I can't believe it's not butter either. This is the real deal. Anyway, guys, I put the body on. Let's get this thing outside and let's see what it's got. Man, I'm kind of stoked about it because with these axles, there's all kinds of everything for it. So, and knowing how good the base camp is, you know, this is the next step up. And the body, this thing is beautiful. Kind of reminiscent of the Cliffhanger body. But except this is a little pinched forward. All right, guys, let's go drive. Now, keep in mind, this is an RTR, ready to go. Everything on it is modifiable. So you can add your brass to it, do shock tuning, and all that stuff. Oh, I got caught up in some bushes over there. I really like the body mount system on it. That's really nice. Let's see here. Okay, drive system seems to be okay. Oh. Come on, buddy. Make that pull. There we go. Settle right down. Good job there. The body has a ton of potential to it. That's a rough spot for this truck. There we go. Nice pull there. Now, as far as overall speed goes, this is 3S. It is not a rocket ship, but it is a crawler. All right. I was lining up like I would go up this. This truck is not meant for this. It just isn't at that level yet. Can it be at that level? That was really lucky, wasn't it? Can it be at that level? Sure. I think it can. But you're going to have to do a lot of tuning and really spend some time learning how to drive it properly. I went the wrong way across the pipes. We made it though. Not bad right there. Now, stock servo. It's a little slow, but seems torquey. Now, without the brass and all the bells and whistles that you can do to this truck, I do feel it might tip fairly easy, but so far, the stuff on it is where I was breaking it in on the clay ridge. Kind of bouncing it around a little bit. Articulation seems to be pretty decent. Gearing seems to be fine. I mean, for RTR out the box, it might sound crazy, but I think this will run with anything Axial's ever put out. And I do like the base camp. I think one of the things about the base camp is that it's simple enough that it doesn't cost a fortune. And this right here coming in at $400, that's actually a nice thing to see, to be honest with you. Kind of nice to see something coming in at a relatively reasonable price nowadays. At least my thoughts on that. So the initial drive, the truck feels good. And out of the box, I think you're going to be fine. Great entry-level truck right here. Like I say, 10%, good for the trail. You want to do some heavy crawling? Well, guess what? You can just swap these portal gears out to overdrive and get a lot more overdrive into it. Pretty much any crawler system will fit in this. Now, it actually is climbing pretty good. That's actually pretty darn good. The more I'm just driving around, I'm just driving to drive just to get a feel for it. Let's see this. Guys, these tires have a lot of traction. And it is actually really stable for out of the box. That is really good. Ow! That wasn't good, but that was my fault trying to bounce up it. First drive went well. I'm used to driving competition trucks, so having to tune myself to this. Now, the body design. This right here is brilliant. I love the fact that we're getting away from body clips. I mean, heck, I'm going to the nut style on my own truck, so this right here is better than that by far. So with the truck based off of a base camp, it's a good, solid platform. The shocks are already in the topmost position, so you can't just easily drop it. I would like it to ride a little lower, but then again, I've been doing almost nothing but competition vehicles lately. And if you look at it at ride height, the drive shafts are virtually flat on this thing. So it's not like it's jacked up. It just kind of looks high for some reason. Maybe. No, I don't see any adjustments on the body mounts or anything. But regardless of all that, I mean, heck, the thing looks pretty good. It drives good. The tires did well. The tires actually have a two-stage foam in them. I'm feeling these things a little bit here, which is actually pretty nice to see. Power felt okay. The biggest thing about this, the biggest thing to wrap this up is the skid. That skid area is beautiful. That is the biggest upgrade I think on this whole truck is that. All that being slick is a big, big, big deal. I'm really happy with that. The diff covers, all that, that's all good. But man, this is a big deal because that's what hangs you up on so much stuff. But anyway, you guys check that description. I'll link this up down below. Hey, $400. This is a win. You guys have a great day. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see, also for channel memberships. If you guys want to be a part, channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.